My parents keep asking me for money. I would first like to say I love my parents dearly. I always have. They've done so much for me, and I'd like to return the favor, but I'm starting to get frustrated. We've always struggled a bit with money, and I've been happy to help them in the past. But them saying, I promise this is the last time we will ask for money, is a sentence I keep hearing. When I was a teenager, I was given a nice chunk of settlement money after a bad car accident I was in. Since I was a minor when this happened, my parents knew all about the money I received. Once I turned 18 and had access to the money, they asked me to give them around $20,000 to help with bills and debt. My parents just raised me for 18 years. I mean, how could I deny it? I gave them the money without any hesitation. Then about a year later, they asked for $8,000 more because they were behind on bills again. I wasn't as enthused to help out, but they're my parents and I love them. The least I can do is help. Shortly after that, they said my brother's business was struggling and they needed about $10,000 to help him on his feet. I was never that close to my brother, but I felt obligated to help out. I just received another email from my mother asking for another $15,000 because my brother is starting to add his own debt to theirs. I feel guilty because I really do not want to send them any more. I'm forever grateful that they were able to get the money for me in the first place, but I really wish they didn't know about it. And realistically, I know I will not be seeing that money again. I expected it the first time they asked, and I had no issue with helping. I was happy to, but I hate the feeling like I'm stuck with either dropping thousands of dollars on something I'll never get again, or by feeling like an absolute jerk by telling my parents no. I feel like a horrible child for even hesitating, but this money is for my future. It's helped me with college and covering a lot of medical bills. I'm struggling to think of a response. Any advice would really be appreciated. It sounds like the parents have no concept of managing money properly. I mean, how do you get thousands of dollars behind on your bills? That's just irresponsible to a whole nother level. They probably looked at their teenage child as some kind of money cow that they could withdraw money from at any point. And that's absolutely not fair for their kid. That money is given to them for compensation because of a bad car accident. And the original poster said it best themselves. They need this money to cover medical bills and college. And if I were them, that's exactly what I would tell my parents. You just apologize and say, I'm sorry, I need to use this money for me. And then that's the end of it. If it goes further than that and they start to guilt trip you and really hammer it home that they need this money now, then at least you know exactly what you're going to be getting for the rest of your life. And then you can decide if you want any part of that. Personally, I wouldn't want to deal with that for a second and would much rather have my parents respect me as a human being with my own finances to manage how I please.
The full version of this story is on the Am I the Jerk YouTube channel, so check out the link in the description for it, and if there are any updates, that's where they'll be. And if you happen to use TikTok, even if it's only every once in a while, I definitely would recommend checking out the Am I the Jerk TikTok at Am I the Jerk. It's a great way to catch up on some old and new random stories here we have on the channel, but you might not actually ever be able to see them over here on YouTube. So check out the Am I the Jerk TikTok.